We're going Boids hunting. Yeah, you ain't got nothing for this, boy. Oh my god. All right. We should rethink how we do that. Hey, how's it going, everybody? It's your pal Impossibum here. We're back in Trailmakers for the first time in a while, admittedly. But I do enjoy playing Trailmakers. I do enjoy making weird engineering things, and that's what we're doing today. Today's project is to remake Boids birds in Trailmakers, and we're going to rename it Bums Bots, because I'm a bum and I make bots, and we're in Trailmakers, and this is my show. So, Boyd, you're not getting any more credit. But, I'll go into a brief explanation right here, and I'll show you guys what the deal with Boids is. Alright guys, so we're going to go into a quick Boids birds explanation for people who don't know. Basically, it's for modeling how simple rules and can create complex behaviors, essentially. So let's start right off the bat. We're going to bump the bird count up to 50, something like that. This is a model I made forever ago in Unity, by the way. It doesn't really matter. It's just here to illustrate things. The simple rules are, they are going to try, every bird is going to try to keep a separation distance of 0.05 Unity units on this. We can bump this up. So now they're going to try to keep a further distance from each other. The more we do this, the more minimum distance they will try to keep from each other. So let's leave that at 1. And the cohesion distance is how close they will try to get to other birds if they were within, X distance of them, X being 10 right here. So we can move this down to 0, essentially, and they'll stop trying to be near each other. You'll see them start falling apart as they've done here a little bit. They just happen to be on the same velocities because they were in a flock together. We bring this back up, and they're going to start trying to line up with each other. You see the group got back together. They're all trying to fly in the same direction. They're all flocking together now. And then that's basically the main ones for Boids birds. Normally you see this in 2D, so you have a 2D plane that they can go back and forth on. This is a 3D example. But basically, that's it. That's all there is to it. All right, with that out of the way, let's get to making our Bums Bots. That's right. That's what they are officially known as now. I am taking credit for everything. That's just how it is. Let's get going. There's some constraints we're going to have to work with. Obviously, we don't have all the logic and building blocks in the world to make this work. So we're going to have to make things as simple as possible. So let's get a very basic chassis going. There we go. Go right here. Let's throw some wheels on it. We're going to make things as small as possible, essentially. Because we're going to want to get as many of these built as possible, because with the Boids platform, basically, it's how a flock or a group of units can interact with each other to get unique behaviors, and you kind of need a lot of them to really showcase that as good as possible. So that's what we're going to be working on here. Let me see here. What else do I get? We got a basic platform here. I think what I'm going to do, I'm like debating with myself how I want to do this. I think let's throw a little thing like this on here. Throw it sideways. And up 1. There we go. Actually, I want this out 1 more. Let's make this a 3 blocker. I'm going to go about making things as simplistic as possible, sparing as many blocks as I can to get as much logic in here as we can. And even with the logic, we're going to have to simplify things more than I would like. It's just, it is what it is. We do have constraints we have to work within. That's just how it works. Let's get this one in here. Go-kart wheel. There we go. So now we should have a basic turning mechanism. We're going to turn via this back wheel here. Let's throw an engine on here. Being able to move at all is a good idea. We don't need much power, honestly. We just need something that can just get us moving in this flat surface. And as you may have noticed, let me save this real quick before I show you guys. I put us inside the BattleBots arena. I wanted something that would keep our bot constrained here. I think the soccer car arena over there would work just about as well. I just like the fact that this one has non-rounded edges, so it can actually detect this and not ride up the wall. The downside being it does have ramps on either side, so I think either one would likely work just as bad as well. But this is the area that this is going to be designed to work in. All right, starting off right off the bat, let's go ahead and I kind of want to replace things that I already have out already. All right, new plan. Getting rid of this. I want to do things slightly differently than what I have. Because unfortunately, we have to do some weird things. I've done a little bit of a practice build on this, by the way. Just like full disclosure. Just seeing how close I could get to making things actually work. And we've gotten places. Things have happened. All right, let's get this one in here. I'm going to have this pointing down. like so. I don't even know where it... Oh, there it is. I didn't point it down enough. There we go. We're going to use that for something later on. Being we're not going to have a seat on this, we need something that can provide constant controls. So having a distance sensor pointed at the ground gives you a constant positive feedback. That is all that's... Basically, that's for you to, like, have constant ones being fed into your engine so that you go forward, something like that. All right, so we have that going on. We're going to have 2 distance sensors in the front as it is. 2 distance sensors. Right there. And one is going to have our car go forward, just like normal. So we're going to have it go like here. We're going to put the output scale is going to be pretty low because I want the engine to go pretty slow. These are going to be more like bumbling bots because they go too fast. They flip over and wreck themselves far too easily. So let's put this at 0.3 for now. I was supposed to be 0.3. I didn't put the 0, so the Trailmakers got mad at me there. There we go. And this is going to be invert trigger at 0, which means it's just supposed to always give me a thing here. This will always put my car going forward. This one is going to be slightly different. This one is going to have a distance of, let's say, 2 meters. Not 32, just 2. Put an output of, let's say, negative 0.2. Basically, this will reverse this input and will make it so that this one's input is slightly less, essentially. So this is going to connect to the engine, by the way, as well as this one. There we go. So this one's going to be always feeding a positive 0.3 into the engine. This one, when it detects something just in front of it, will feed in a negative 0.2, giving us a net input of 0.1, which is a very slow forward input. It might even stop entirely depending on how heavy this thing is. All right, and this is, let me make sure I actually have it set up properly. Now that I've said all that, yep, that one's not an invert. This one should be an invert. There we go. We're doing things. So we save this real quick. We should see that it should go forward, and once it gets close to hitting the wall, it should slow down. And I have done something. It is not working. What did I not do right? Anything is possible at this point. Do I not have the wheels powered? No, the wheels are powered. So you should be telling this guy to go forward. Are you giving it forward? Yeah, that should work. What are you doing? I'm doing something wrong. It's one way or another. He's not getting powered. It should be this one. I don't know. You should be working, buddy. If I bump up the power a little bit, will you work then? It should just, go. There we go. Okay, it wasn't getting enough power for some reason. All right, we can work that a bit. Let's put up to 0.4 maybe. Something like that. I don't know why it wasn't going. I've tested it before and it worked at 0.3, but we'll leave it as is for now. All right, do you work as I planned? All right, yeah, he goes. He stopped. What are you detecting at the bottom? You shouldn't be detecting anything at the bottom. Nothing should be there. It's at distance, whatever. So a bit like... I don't know what it's detecting here at the bottom that's causing issues. It shouldn't... There we go. Is the front one's not being triggered at all. It's actually hard to trigger these with your character because it has a really funny hitbox. This guy should be just like going forward. Why is everything turning into problems for me? Why? Work. And he's just going and stopping. That's so weird. All right, new plan. Let's lift it up a little bit because there's wonkiness happening. And I don't know why 4 of these wonkiness problems happen, but they're happening. Oh, let's throw the engine under there. Let's see if that works. I don't know why this is being so temperamental now. I was having no problems with it. You know what? I bet you I know what happened. I bet you I have the wheels going the wrong way or something stupid. No, those are going the right way. This one is going the wrong way. Okay, I had a feeling I did something like that. I always do silly things like that. I don't know why. Let's go ahead and put these things back the way they are now. I don't know why I do things like that, but I do. All right, let's put this back down to what it should be. This should be 0.3. All right. This should work. Oh, we should put this back down to 0 as well. There we go. All right, we figured it out. I put wheels on backwards. All right, now it moves forward as we expect, and it keeps going. Now, hopefully, if I can get in front of it, it moves a little fast for my character. It should slow down once it sees me. And of course, it just rams into me. It's like I said, it's really hard to get the robot to actually see the character. He sees me and he slows down. I move out the way. He keeps going. All right, so that's the speed adjustment handled for the Boids equation. Somewhat. All right, now we got more things we want to do. We're going to get into the logic stuff pretty heavily pretty soon. All right, let's go ahead and in here and throw on some steering hinges. And let's get these hooked up real quick. We're going to have, I guess we're going to have two. We're going to go crazy on distance sensors, by the way. They're just the easiest way to get most of this working the way that I want. I think we're going to have it back here like that. All right, let's go like that. Get another one. Basically, we're just going to copy this over to the other side. Like so. And that's what these are for. So we're going to have these stick out by 45 degrees. All this is going to do is activate the steering hinges so that they always move the thing forward. That's all I really wanted these things to do. Because I can't put things at a 45 degree angle. I have to move them to a 45 degree angle, unfortunately. So that's what this bottom sensor is doing. There we go. Let's get a... I always like saving like pretty liberally. Oh, we got a mistake. One of these has to be flipped around. You can go like that. There we go. Let's get this going now. All right, you see they point forward. So we have essentially like 45 degrees either side. So we have a cone spreading out, you know, and a kind of typical vision thing. You know, we're looking that way, we're looking over that way, and we're looking directly in front of us with our sensors. So now we have to hook it up so that these sensors actually do things when they detect things. Let's move this off to the side a little bit. We're running into we're like running ourselves out of space for no reason here. You see, move it a little bit. All right, we got a little bit more space to work with here. I'm still closer to the wall than I would want, but you know, stuff happens. All right, first off, what we want is the bottom ones are going to be for avoiding things. The top ones are going to be for driving towards things. So that's going to be the separation and the cohesion factors in our Boids birds algorithm. Basically, the bottom ones, if they detect something is too close, they're going to steer away from that thing. So that's the separation. These top ones on either side, if they detect something, they're going to steer towards it. And these are going to have different, you know, they're going to be competing a bit. We're going to have to set them up a little special and pray a little bit because, you know, we can't fit as much logic on here as we would need. Otherwise, we'd have like a tractor trailer and a little bot moving around. That being said, let's get the basic logic set up here. So we're going to need some XORs and gates. So let's get that going. We're going to start off with an XOR. I'm going to put the XORs on the right. And we're going to need, I want to say we're going to need 2 of those just for the separation. And we're going to need 2 ANDs for the separation as well. They're going to feed into each other. This is going to get a little bit more logic intense than a lot of people may be comfortable with. I'll try to explain it through. If you guys don't understand the logic stuff, I do have a guide for it. You can go switch to that real quick, understand what all these gates do exactly, and then come back here. Hopefully you'd have a better understand what exactly is going on. All right, first off, we're going to feed each of the bottom sensors into this XOR gate right here. So this one gets fed in there. This one gets fed into this XOR gate. And what does that do? It makes sure that this thing will only fire true if it's only one of them is firing. So basically, if they both want to steer different ways, it'll pick that up and say, okay, you know, we're trying to do 2 different things at once, and that's not allowed, all right? So basically, we're trying to protect our steering hinge from getting too confused. All right, so now we're going to have this feed in, and this is why we're going to have 2 different XOR blocks. These are both going to have to feed into these 2, by the way, these ones up here. I should have done that before. Do this one here. Come on. There. Make sure I'm clicking the right thing. There we go. So both the XORs, and they're going to be for each one. Now this is going to be a little bit more complicated. This is going to feed into this AND gate at the bottom. And this is going to feed into this AND gate just above it. Make sure I'm getting the right AND gates. There we go. And we're going to say, and these each have to feed into their AND gates as well. So this is going to feed into that AND gate. This is going to feed into this AND gate. All right. Hopefully we have things figured out. So this one, we're going to steer away from stuff on this side. I'm going to say this is the bottom one. This sensor is going to control the bottom. And this one, if we want to steer away from things, let's look at here. If we want to steer away, we want to go to the green. So this is going to have to be positive. And it is. And we're going to have to actually put that in charge of this. There we go. This one is going to have to be negative. Let's just put this on negative. There we go. And we'll have it connect to this. Good. So let's go ahead and save this right now before I ruin everything. Let's get it turned around. And hopefully, if things work right, let me actually set up the ranges first before I get too excited. Let's put it at a 3-meter range to try to, if anything gets closer than 3 meters, they turn away from it. That is the plan with this right now. There we go. Let's save it up real quick, and let's see if it'll actually navigate itself. This is turning a little bit until a self-driving car, but we'll see how it goes. All right, does he turn away from me? Yeah, he does. See, he saw me. He turned. This thing is going too fast. I can't keep up with it. Huh. Do you turn away? I couldn't get it right in front of me, and he drove right into the thing. That's unfortunate. They are both indeed being triggered, so they are not doing anything. I do have a bailout clause for this. If they are both being... well, basically, I'll show you exactly what I mean. We're going to have it so... This is gonna be a little bit wonky, but we're just going to have to deal with it. Basically, I want it to turn... If they're both being triggered, I at least want one of them to go through. And I'm going to make this a standard. So basically, if both things are being triggered, I want it to always turn one direction. Whichever direction that is, it doesn't matter as long as I'm consistent with it. Hopefully this will get us through some of the wonkiness. So to make this work, I'm going to have to try to cheat a little bit. So I'm going to bypass some of the logic that I set up before. So let's just go ahead and put this guy here. So we're going to always turn essentially to the right if we have double input is basically what this is going to set up. And I'm going to have to make sure this one, you're outputting 1. Does 1 turn you to the right? 1 turns you... I'm trying to like visualize it. No, 1 turns us to the other way. Let me put you on a -1. So there. Now if we have both things being triggered, we should turn to the right. Hopefully. Unless I did something wrong, which is always quite possible. Let's give this another look. Let's put him down. So I should have put him closer to another thing. Oh, he found the ramp. He didn't go up it, so that's wonderful. That's a good start. All right, how you doing over here, buddy? You gonna turn? He's going too fast. He's definitely going too fast. All right, we'll try that again in just a second. I'm gonna put the motor speed down just a little bit here. He's just going way too fast. Let's put it to 0.2. And this one can put it down. You know, you can stay as 0.15 maybe. I don't know. He's just going too fast, and it's just causing issues here. Let's go ahead and put that in a save. We put him right towards the wall. That's fine. I want to see what he does. Can we just move it back just a little bit? So I want to see what happens as he drives up to it. Do you turn and you get to the wall? We might play with the speed more later. All right, now he set the turn, but he's not turning because I have it slowed down too much. Fair enough. We have to, it's playing with things a little bit more than I would want. Did I not save? I didn't save it. All right. 0.1. All right, that's not working either. We're going to bump up the power again. 0.25. I have so many different versions of this on my machine. All right, he turns. Let me put him towards the wall, because otherwise we could be here all century. All right. Is he? Yeah, he's going to go towards the wall. Do you turn? Do you do the thing? All right, turn from the wall. Can I turn him back towards the wall? Turn, buddy. It's hard to keep him activated. He's not turning when I'm activating it. What's up with that? What is up with that? Is that my... All right, let's... Can he only turn one direction? The left side was not turning when I ran into him. I wish I could keep up with this stupid thing. Yeah, he's not turning. I definitely have some exploring to do here. All right, guys, I'm back. I have found a problem. The AND gate did not like me having negative value go into it, as well as trying to still operate this. And so basically I made it so we'll always have this one control this over here, essentially. So we'll always turn to the left if we need to go somewhere. That's the only real changes I made. I also added an extra block to give us a little bit wider of a wheelbase because we're a little bit tippy. So we're kind of taking up this much space on the outside anyway, especially when these splay out. So I figured having a wider wheelbase will make this experiment go a little bit better. We're not going to flop over so much. It's just going to work out a little bit better. I also increased the angle on these to 60-degree angle. So they look forward a little bit more. They're more likely to find things that they're going to run into as opposed to avoiding things that are like 5,000 miles off to the side. And this actually works a little bit better. Oh, I also increased the angle on this to 60 as well. So it turns more aggressively, which is allowed because we have a wider wheelbase now. So now as you see it, we can watch it drive around. It doesn't seem to get stuck very much at the moment. It turns, it saw the thing, got within, I think it's 4 meters of the wall. It said, hey, I don't want to get that close to the wall. It turns away. We'll see it over here. As you get close to the wall, it should turn away from that wall, hopefully. Let's give it a look here and make sure it works. And if they are all triggered, they should turn to the left, I believe. Yeah, I saw the wall and it turned to the right. There we go. So we have basic avoidance functionality going. Now, basically, we want the same exact thing we have for the bottom things, but like different. Yes, I know. Different means exactly the same in my world, apparently. Anyway, let's go ahead and get this going. We're going to copy, basically, we're going to copy all this right here. We're going to be using basically the same functionality. So we're going to just move that back a little bit. This is beginning to look more like a little truck or something. I don't know. Let's make sure the connections did not transfer. The connections did transfer. Okay, let's just not copy that then. That's more trouble than I'm looking to get into. Let's go ahead and just put in new blocks here. We know we want these to be XOR blocks. That's simple. Let's just go ahead and get these in here like that. Or you can copy this one because it doesn't have anything on it. Now we want 2 AND blocks like we did on the other side. Let's look for the AND blocks here. There we go. Put that down here like this. And these are going to be almost exactly the same. These ones are going to feed into both of these XOR block. Oh my god, my little things here are getting so overwhelmed. They're like overlapping each other. It's pretty rough. All right, let me try to make sure. These should be the AND gates. All right, so these are both actually, they should not hook into both AND gates. I don't know why I just did that. That's not what I wanted at all. They should hook into both XOR gates, which is these over here. I'm sorry, the little toggle things are overfloating each other. Basically, I set both of these to hook into both of these XOR gates. That's the desired functionality. Now I'm going to want this one to hook into this AND gate at the bottom, and this one to hook into the AND gate just above that. And there we go. Now we're going to say, okay, these are hooked up, this should be all right. This should be hooked up into its accompanying AND gate, which is, oh my god, this is so hard to make sure I'm getting the right one. All right, this should be hooked into its accompanying AND gate, which is right here. There we go. And the AND gates, this one should be hooked onto the bottom one right here, like it is. Did I just do that? I might have just done that. Yep, that's the one I just did. I'm sorry. I have like the memory of a goldfish sometimes, especially when I'm working with logic and I try to hold too many variables in my head. Like, entries just get like deleted from lack of room. That's just all there is to it. That's just how my brain works. It really helps me to just like write things down so I can come back to them later. Anyway, so now we need the outputs of these AND gates over here to feed into these blocks down here, and basically I think they're just going to be the opposite of what we want these ones to be. So this one's a negative, so this one's going to be a positive. It is by default, which would make this one a negative. There we go. That should be it. We just have to feed them into the actual steering mechanism down here, like so. Whoops, wrong button. Well, I just misclicked it in the wrong place. There we go. So now they're fed in. They should be able to turn it left and right. And this one... So this is basically, we're setting up the cohesion here. How far they could be from something and then try to steer towards it. We have the avoidance set up to 5, I think. It's set up to 4. So let's have the cohesion set up to at least twice that. Let's just go for 10. It'll try to drive towards things that it senses within 10 meters of itself. There we go. And that should work as it is. One of these, I want to be able to operate the steering hinge And we said, did we say we were always going to go to the right? I can't remember. We're always going to go to the left because this one's controlling it, which is a positive to go to the left. If I want this one to go to the left, it's just going to have to do this one right here. There we go. So worst comes to worse, if both triggers are censored, it'll always just go to the left. Now this is kind of a hack functionality because I can't get enough logic blocks on here to do everything I want. And like I said, otherwise it'd be like literally like a tractor trailer. And I want to have as many of these as possible. So I am taking a little bit of shortcuts here and there. Hopefully it'll still work out okay. The logic being, you remember those old crappy remote control cars? Like the little cheapo, like $5 ones where you hit trigger to go forward, and when you let go, it goes reverse and turns. It's kind of like similar functionality to that. Anyway, we should have... This should essentially be working now. Let's double check that I saved it. I have so many different versions of this thing going. All right, it's moving. Does it try to go towards things? If I come over here, does... Oh my God, can I even get it within its range? All right, try to go towards me. Go towards me? Yeah, there we go. Now it's going... all right. Yeah, it's doing stuff. It keeps trying to turn towards the wall and then saying, oh wait, we're getting too close. I have to turn away. But look, yeah, it's following me. See? That's pretty cool. I have a very small hitbox. It'd be easier if I had a little car so you could actually find me. Oh my God, can I get close enough to this thing for the love of God? This thing outpaces me. It's a pain in the butt. Anyway, we have our basic model set up. The idea at this point, let me get over here, is we want to set up 1 million of these to go off at once. Now, I wish... I'm going to try this real quick. I'm going to try a way for us to set this up so that we can have like a dozen of them spawn at once. I've tried this and the logic connections did not transfer. And with that being the case, me setting up the logic and doing that over and over again would likely result in epic failures on my part. Worst comes to worst, we can just spawn 1 million of these as fast as possible. Let's see if we can set up some kind of logic detached block system to get these to work. Like I said, I don't know 100% this is going to work out like we want, but let's just see. So let's get under mechanic here. Let's put it in some detached blocks. Throw it sideways here. Sorry, the hiccups there for a moment. And actually, I need to be able to connect on the right side as well, because this is going to connect to something on the right side. Let me see here. Get connected here. Would it reach? I think it would. All right, let's see if that'll work. Let's see if we can just copy this. Actually, no, before I ruin things, let me make sure this gets triggered by that. There we go. That way when it spawns in, it breaks away immediately. Now let's see if we copy this, do all the logic stay self-consistent? Or would I have to set up all the logic blocks again? Because oh, it doesn't even reach. I'd have to set up 2 of these. All right, let's undo that. Let's get up another one here. There. Now this should work, hopefully, if it'll actually reach. Do you reach? Yes, it just barely reaches. Okay, we are good. All right, now let's check these. Do the logic blocks, are they set up properly? I am going to say it doesn't look like it. This should be controlling the bottom logic block, are you? You are not. Okay, so this is exactly what I feared. We can't just copy it over and over and over again and create like a giant wall of bots that we can spawn all at once. Not unless I set all the logic up, and that will be a giant pain in the butt. Do I want to do that? All right, you know what, guys? I'm going to go through this. I'm going to set up all the logic for this individually so that we can spawn like a giant row of them at once. But know that this is a giant pain in the butt, and nobody should ever have to do this. I will be right back. All right, guys, I am back. I managed to get 2 of them together and working, wired properly. Getting too many of them together becomes a giant pain in the butt because I have to redo the logic for every single one of them, and the logic is half done on the new bot that you copied, and you have to disconnect everything and then copy the logic over perfectly. This is all things that should be automated when you clone things. Kind of disappointed that they aren't. Kind of a lot, honestly. It's a giant pain in the butt for me to do this. So anyway, we got 2 of them set together. They should disconnect when they spawn in. Ideally, for the Boids algorithm, these things would not be attracted to the walls. But unfortunately, I can't keep them contained any other way that I can think of and have them not go after the walls. So unfortunately, they might flock at the walls. I don't know. Let's just put this together and see what happens. And for a little bit of pizzazz, let me see. What do we have here? Do we have anything cool we could throw on them? Let's throw something cool on them so we can see exactly where they are at all times. Do we have anything? Do we have anything other? Like, do we have any cool lights? Let's look at our lights and see what we have. You know what? Let's give them little sirens. There we go. Each one is going to have a little siren on them so we could tell them, tell where they are, so on and so forth. There we go. And, you know, I want them on the... Do I want them there? Yeah, it's fine. Anyway, let's get it going. Let's spawn in as many of these as we can. Let's put them low to the ground. That way they don't explode when they fall. There we go. We set one off. Let them go on their merry way. Let's go ahead and get another one built here. And we'll just throw down a lot of them. Just see what like happens. Oh, that one kind of screwed up right off the bat. Reset. There you go. All right, let's see how many we can get out here as soon as possible, essentially. As long as they don't flip themselves over. And I'll keep doing this until they tell me I'm not allowed to do it anymore. You want to right yourself? Why just reset you there? There you go. All right, let's see how many we can get out here. Hopefully we don't start despawning them. I really want to just like get this place totally filled up with them. Why is that guy going so fast? I don't know. Let's keep going. How many can we... Oh, he flipped over. Sorry, I got your back, buddy. There you go. Go forth and be merry. All right, you see, they're actually bunching together over there. All right, let's see if we can keep this... That's not even the right one. I might have clicked the wrong one. Let's get this one going. Yep, you're good. Oh God, why do you fall right off the bat, buddy? Come on now. Come down now. Be a little bit more self-sufficient. All right, this is getting to good numbers here. Oh no, critical errors occurred. Oh God, we broke it. We broke everything. All right, let's try this again. The game keeps either crashing or bugging to the point where I can't do anything and like making me get stuck in build mode and all sorts of really weird things. Hopefully we can get this built and working because I'd like to see our little creation doing stuff here. But if they're going to keep bugging out on me, I don't know. Let's see if we can get going here. That worked. Let's get away from this guy here. Seems to get unhappy if I build too close to other ones. All right, let's get you built here. Very good. Make sure I'm away from all the other ones. Get another one out here. And I'm just going to make sure I don't go too crazy. If I go too crazy, the game gets very upset. So let's stop before we get too far ahead. Let me get one more out here. One more little thing here. There we go. All right, let's let these run for a little while. Let's come up here and just Let me see if I can get myself fixed here. Let's see if they even like do any flocking mechanism stuff at all, or if they just like run around like crazy bots. I don't know. Let's just. I want to get more of them. I'm gonna chance it. Oh, let me get these guys are all stuck over here. See if I can get them unstuck from each other. Do your thing, buddy. Yeah, you're fine. They're fine. Nothing bad could possibly happen. I'm not gonna totally crash the game again for like the 5th time. Yeah, all right. That's it. I'm leaving it. We're not doing anything. We're gonna come up here. We're just gonna see what happens. We're gonna see if any flocking happens. Oh my God, they're freaking out over there. I'm a little skeptical. We know that the bot by itself actually works surprisingly well. Like if I just have one of them going, it actually stays going pretty well. Surprisingly so, but I don't know. I don't know if we're going to see any flocking other than them just getting stuck on each other. Let me see, these guys over here, looks like they're kissing or something. I don't know. What's going? Yeah, these guys are like stuck on each other here. Here we go. This guy is trying to break out. Turn the other way, buddy. Can I flip you around? All right, what if I have you looking this way? There you go. These guys are all bugged out. I don't know. There's a lot of bugging out going on. I'm not my thinking that this might work is oh my God, that guy, look at that guy. It just like flew away like 5,000 miles. You fix yourself. This one here, oh my God, everything's bugging out. I don't know. Look at this guy. Look at this guy right here. Why is he doing that? Oh my God. I think Boids is broken Trailmakers. Anyway, this was an epic fail. I think an individual bot worked exactly like we wanted. I think we like overloaded Trailmakers. I think we just like legit did. But I have a good idea. I had a contingency plan if something like this happened. Because I think ahead. Oh my God, they got rid of all my old builds. I had builds here. Oh my God. The game is very upset. And it is very obviously upset that we tried to overload it. Yeah, it like literally deleted a lot of my builds. I had a build made up. It was basically a stationary attack gunning system to blow all these up. And now I can't even do that because they got rid of my builds. They're all gone. All right, I didn't want to have to do this, all right? But they forced our hand. Let's kill some robots. Yeah, take this. Oh, there he goes. There you go. Come on. You know you want to die for me, guys. Come on. We'll get all those guys over there eventually. Oh my god. Where are we? Oh yeah, I forgot. I did things wrong. Hold on. I made a boo-boo. This one has to... I made a big boo-boo while making my bot of destruction. Alright, but it's fine. I got it fixed. We can now go back to blowing things up. Let's save that real quick. There we go. Now we can go back and forth and things won't be weird. Okay, back to death and destruction and mayhem. Let's get all these bots killed. We're going Boids hunting. Yeah, you ain't got nothing for this, boy. Oh my god. Alright, we should rethink how we do that. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. I like doing little weird experiments like this. They don't always work out exactly like I hope. But hopefully you guys got the idea about this. And if you're not into programming and logic and stuff like that, hopefully you'll learn something. Who knows? Anyway, guys, if you're into stuff like this, I do this just about every single day on the internet. It's just kind of what I do. I play vehicle engineering games, base building, automation games, and sometimes a little tower defense game action in there. So if you're into stuff like that, why don't you go ahead and hit that subscribe button, click that bell icon so you know we'll put out new content, smash that like button, leave a comment down below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.